Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be showing you something really cool that I love in iPad OS and also macOS Catalina, and that is the new Sidecar feature. So basically what this allows you to do is use your iPad as a secondary, or in my case, a third display. So let's go ahead and talk about how you can do this. So I will go ahead and show you this first. There are some pretty interesting system requirements. As you can see, you need a Mac that is using macOS Catalina, but it needs to be a relatively new Mac. So you can see 2016 or later Pro, 16 MacBook or later, 18 MacBook Air, iMacs, Mac Minis, Mac Pros. You get the point. And also you need an iPad using iPad OS, and that includes the iPad Pro, iPad 6th gen or later, iPad mini 5th gen, or the iPad Air 3rd gen. So you need a pretty new device in order to use Sidecar, which might be a bummer, but for me it's perfectly fine because, well, I have a 2018 MacBook Air and a 7th gen iPad. So let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to set this up. So all you have to do is on your Mac, you click on the AirPlay icon in your menu bar, and as long as your iPad is on the same Wi-Fi network and close to your computer, it's going to show up. So you can see my iPad showing up right there, and all you have to do is click, give it a second, and it's going to go ahead and turn into another display for you. Now, I have already configured this, so it is all set up and my monitor configuration here. But if you need to configure it at any time, all you have to do is go into your system preferences, go into your displays, and it is treated just like another monitor. So your different options come up on each screen. You can go to the arrangement, and you can see I have my screen up there on top, and then the iPad is over here on the right. Now I of course can change that anytime I want to, but that's my current configuration for that. On the iPad, I can move over here and I can actually do some settings on it. Not a ton, but you can do a few right there. But yeah, that is basically it for the settings, and you can change wallpapers, do whatever you want, and all that, right? So let's go ahead and focus on the iPad just a little bit, and I apologize for this glare. I'm trying to fix that a little bit with the brightness. But as you can see, here's the iPad. We have a Catalina wallpaper. Of course, that can be configured to whatever you want. And we have our menu bar. We have what they call the sidebar. So this is where you have some commonly used controls. So this is your dock switcher right here. So we can put the dock right here, or we can put it back where it's back to the main display. We have some commonly used keyboard commands here. So command key, option key, this is the control key, and that's the shift key. And then we have a back button here, and then this is the keyboard, and it works with the swipe keyboard. As you can see, you can move that all over the display. And then right here is a disconnect button. Now, interesting, it is showing that I'm recording my audio, which I'm doing for video purposes, but it's actually showing down there, which is kind of neat. I actually didn't know it would do that. But let's kind of just focus back on the MacBook, as well as my third monitor here, and just kind of show you how things work moving around. So we'll go ahead and open up a new Safari window and drag that right here. I'll just go to Google, I guess, right? Or just Google Go, that's fine as well. But anyways, we can go ahead and take this window, drag it right over here. Now the only thing about the iPad is some windows are kind of sized weird, and they might come over a little too large and you have to resize them. This really isn't a good primary display. It's really only if you're in a pinch and you need something like that. Now, as you can see, when you go to the little enlarge button on Windows, you can choose whether or not to enter full screen or put it back on your Mac. And if the window is over here on your Mac's display and you chose that option, then it would allow it to be put on the iPad screen. And down here at the bottom on the iPad, you have, it basically changes. It kind of reminds me of the touch bar, the way it functions. So you can see down here, oh, I just moved the dock on accident over here. But you can see we can actually go and, type web addresses. You can see my favorites just populated down here. So it's kind of like a touch bar in that sense, like a virtual touch bar on your screen. So that's pretty nice right there. I don't know if I would really ever use this too much. I mean, it is neat to have the iPad as another display. And that's just the basic, functions of the Sidecar and how it works. It is a good secondary monitor. You can move the dock over here and have access to that, like I said earlier. And it acts as another display. So I'm not sure how many external displays you could have and still use Sidecar, but as you can see, I have it as a third monitor. So in case I ever need it, I can just set my iPad over here in this area and I'm good to go. Or if I'm on the go, I can have the MacBook and the iPad and I can have dual screens like that, because I literally cannot live without a secondary monitor. Also, I forgot to mention, if we go into the system preferences, there is an entire Sidecar settings menu here. So you basically can choose where the sidebar is. So in this case, it's on the left. You can also show the touch bar, and we have that on the bottom. And another thing as well is the Apple Pencil. So you can actually use the Apple Pencil on your iPad to control Mac apps. So that's my thoughts about Sidecar, a little demo of it here. Really simple, and if we want it to disconnect, we just click disconnect and everything is back to normal. So it's that simple. Really nice feature they've added in iPadOS. I love it so much. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today in this video. Thanks for watching as always. Let me know what you think of Sidecar and will you be using it. But yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you all in the next video.